Jesus saw the crowds and went up a hill where he sat down. His disciples gathered around him and he began to teach them. Happy are those who know they are spiritually poor. The kingdom of heaven belongs to them. Happy are those who mourn. God will comfort them. Happy are those who are humble. They will receive what God has promised. Happy are those whose greatest desire is to do what God requires. God will satisfy them fully. Happy are those who are merciful to others. God will be merciful to them. Happy are the pure in heart. They will see God. Happy are those who work for peace. God will call them his children. Happy are those who are persecuted because they do what God requires. The kingdom of heaven belongs to them. Happy are you when people insult you and persecute you and tell all kinds of evil lies against you because you are my followers. Be happy and glad, for a great reward is kept for you in heaven. This is how the prophets who lived before you were persecuted. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord Jesus Christ.
My dear brothers, my dear sisters, every year you come here in large numbers. Every year you come here with deep faith. Every year come here with great hope. Some of you will say the Lord has heard our prayer. Granted all that you wished, you wanted. Some of you have not lost hope, praying and praying and praying. Your faith is not shaken, but you're still hoping the Lord one day will hear my cry, will hear my prayer. Today's gospel, when you hear the Lord was addressing the people, he was not giving a lecture, not giving a big speech or a talk. But he knew them so well because they are his people. You're mine, the Lord says. He knew their pain, their agony, their anguish, their joys and their sorrows. And therefore, whenever the large crowd followed him, he saw them and felt pity for them. He asked his apostles, do something for them. And here he says, happy are those who know they are spiritually poor. In a sense, we're totally dependent on God for anything and everything. Without God, we can do nothing. But with God, we can do all things. What is that all thing? Great achievement, great success. Even in my poverty, I know how to be happy. Even my sorrows, I know how to comfort others. Even my pain, I understand the pain of other people. Why? Because the Lord is with me. The Lord says, blessed are those who have not seen and yet believe. Those people were very fortunate who could hear Jesus speaking to them, addressing them, talking with them. They could interact with him, see him, hear him, touch him. But today, we are only, it's an act of faith. we go on believing in Jesus. All these rites and rituals, we know there is God. The God who listens to me, who hears my cry. And therefore we come with great hope. The Lord will never abandon me. He hears my cry, the silent cry. So many of us, if you look at each other, you look so calm and composed. But deep down there's a storm within you. Something that's troubling you, disturbing you, and making you restless. But yet you come, believing in Jesus. Blessed are those who know they are spiritually poor. The kingdom of heaven belongs to you. The Lord is not assuring something of the worldly thing. No? That you'll get this, you'll get that. Whatever you achieve, the day I leave this world, everything I leave here. Nothing. Nothing I carry with it. So the Lord is preparing me for the heavenly gift. Something that will be with Him. Always. Happy are those who mourn. God will comfort them. Sometimes when tragedy takes place, we do not know how to express our feelings, how to comfort them. We do not have words enough. But the Lord who is within us, He knows my pain, my agony, and He comforts us. Some time ago, in Pune, I was visiting a hospital. There was a man, a non-Christian. Both his legs were amputated. As I was visiting one of our Catholics, he used to drag himself and come to that room and talk to me. On Christmas night, after midnight mass, when I went to give communion to the sick, this man only heard my voice and came dragging himself. I hid myself just to fool him. But he said, no, I heard Father's voice. Somewhere here. They said, you may be dreaming, Father's not here. When I came out, he was so happy. He said, Father ji, मेरा अच्छा बिजनेस चल रहा था. अब मैंने पाँव भी खो दिया, बिजनेस भी खो दिया. लेकिन दुख में भी हंसना सीखा है, दुख में भी हंसाना सीखा है. दुख मेरा है, तो मैं क्यों औरों को दुखी करूं? दुख में भी सुखी से जीना सीखा है. My dear brothers and sisters, this is what God does. When God is within, we forget all our pains and sorrows. We only know how to bring joy to somebody else. If this man can give this joy to others, how much more when God comes to us every day. In this Eucharist, in these words, we hear God's words. Do we believe all that we heard is God speaking to us? So comforting. So comforting. The first reading the Lord said, do not worry. Do not worry. And if I'm worrying, what do I gain? Absolutely nothing. Go on worrying and worrying and worrying. And the Lord says, I'm with you. That's enough. St. Paul had his own little problem. And he was saying, take away this thorn in the flesh. He asked several times. And the Lord says, my grace is enough. My grace is enough. And therefore, as we participate in this Holy Eucharist, though we are quite comfortable here, but deep down there is something. Maybe some family problem, maybe debts, maybe unemployment, maybe somebody has to get married, can't get any match, or a big loss in the business, whatever it is, trust in the Lord. This is a test of our faith. I've come. Though my pain is real, but I know if God is with me, everything is possible. This crucifix that you see is a reminder, I love you so much, that I died for you. If the Lord has died for me, don't you think He'll take away all my worries, my anxieties, my difficulties, my problems? This is only transitory. for time being. As long as his body is here, he'll feel that little pain and suffering. Once the soul comes out of his body, is with the Lord. What comes from the earth, the body is made out of the earth, goes to the earth. No matter how powerful man, he may be a wealthy, influential man, the day he dies, the second day we are burying him. He goes to the earth. The body comes from the earth, goes to it. But what it contains, a treasure in the earthen jar, the soul, that goes to God. And therefore, we have to be happy. Always be happy. Always be joyful. And therefore, you will spread that message. There are so many people here, forgetting their own pain, they go to comfort somebody else. And you're called, you're chosen people. Remember, becoming a Christian is not by accident or by some kind of compulsion. God has chosen you. You're God's chosen people. You're so close to God's heart because He has entrusted such a mission to you. I have to suffer only to make somebody happy. The Lord died so that I may have a new life. Let's rejoice. The Lord is with me all the time. I pray for you. It's easy for us to stand here and preach to you. But when something happens, we understand what pain means. May the Lord comfort you, console you, heal you, guide you, and guard you. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit.